Come on in. Come on in. Sandy and I have known each other for a number of years, and this is a collaboration especially meant for Oregon Country Fair. Usually I'm conducting a whole bunch of musicians in everyone orchestra, and often the mantra is yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Open up to yes. Where
Yes.
does it take you?
Yes. Yes.
And today we are going to read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And after each, oh, it's too loud. Woggle too loud. Can you bring it down some? Sorry, thank you. After each declaration that our readers read here, we're going to make a group yes. And we're going to do it like this. I'm going to go
3 of 10 December 10th, 1948. Can I get a yes?
yes.
I'm going to do the preamble, and it's all full of whereas clauses. When I get to the end of each whereas, I'm not going to go on until I get one or more yeses. You want to practice?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yes! All right, we got it? Preamble. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world.
Yes.
Whereas disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind, and the advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people.
Yes.
Whereas it is essential, if man is not to be compelled to have recourse as a last resort to rebellion against tyranny and oppression, the human rights should be protected by the rule of law.
All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act toward one another in a spirit of brotherhood.
Article 2.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Article 2.
So I'm going to conduct a yes in between each article.
Yes. Yeah. Do you want to do that one right now again? Article 2. Yes. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty.
Yes.
Yes.
Life, liberty, and security of person.
Yes.
Article 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude, slavery, and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms.
Yes.
Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment.
Yes.
Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law.
Yes.
Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination.
Yes.
Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted them by the Constitution or by law.
Yeah.
And that seat is still open if anyone wants to come up. Article 14, 1. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. 2. This right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations.
Yes.
Article 15, 1. Everyone has the right to a nationality. 2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality.
Yes.
Article 16, number 1. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. 2. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. 3. The family is the natural and fundamental group, unit of society, and is entitled to protection by society and the state.
Yes.
Article 17. 1. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. 2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property.
Yes. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance.
Yes.
Article 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers.
Yes.
Article 20. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association.
Yes.
Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through freely chosen representatives. 2. Everyone has the right of equal access to public service in his country. 3. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections, which shall be by universal and equal suffrage, and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures.
Yes.
23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. 2. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. 3. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. 4. Nope. You got excited. 4. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his interests.
Yes.
Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay.
Yes.
Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. Yes.
Article 26. 1. everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. 2. Education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. 3. Parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Yes.
Article 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its beliefs. 2. Everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author.
Yes.
Yes.
Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized.
Yes.
Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations.
Yes. Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, as well as all of your comments. I think that what struck me as I learned about the Universal Declaration, and particularly watching young people get galvanized when they read these words and had to express their ideas. Young people get right away how to apply these principles in their most immediate circumstances. And that is actually what has been the most motivating to me to keep this going, because this came out of wanting to change the way the world was, that it was really an attempt to say we do not have to accept wars, Holocaust, and oppressive, horrible behavior toward each other. We can do it differently. Eleanor Roosevelt really led this effort, and I think of her often and what she might say as we're all still dealing with these issues. It came out of not having a bystander, where bystanders were watching horrible things go by and not standing up, and yet those that did really were courageous. And so I agree that now we have this, we know we have an aspirational world that can exist for every single human being. So to me, this gives us some language at a high level to be able to articulate why we need to keep working to achieve these aspirational statements for every single person. It's a way of pointing where there are gaps and what we need to do to get from where we are to where we need to be. And I was a little discouraged just in terms of worrying that the idea of human rights would be like, what are you talking about? In our current world, it's gotten harder and harder for that. However, a person I work with who I highly admire said, this declaration was signed onto by the United States. Eleanor Roosevelt led the way. We were one of the adopters, and though we may not have policies that are perfect in any way. It belongs to us. We as individuals, this is our declaration to make reality. And so we don't need to have any higher approval from any level of government other than from our own desire to actually take action and do something to make the words reality. It is ours to manifest, and that's what excites me. And I'm excited that many of you will now take this and tell everybody you know about it. Thank you.
Let's do one more big one. Ready? 1, 2.
Yes!